So good day everyone. Today we are going to discuss about your intro to hematology. Okay, so this course will deal with the study of the diseases affecting your RPCs, your white blood cells, and platelets, including the lab diagnostic methods, clinical manifestation, and pathologies relevant. Okay, so hematology is the branch of medicine concerned with the study of the cause, yung reason, prognosis, treatment, and prevention of diseases, lahat na related to blood. No? So a little bit history of hematology. We have Aristotle said that the human is made up of four elements: fire, air, water, and earth. No, si William Harvey first completed the description of our circulatory system. Gabriel Andral, 1879, first described the complete classification of leukocytes. Paul Ehrlich, 1891, found out that certain mixtures of acidic and basic dyes produced better staining. Athanasius Kircher in 1646, he used microscope to study the blood of plague victims. In his Critinum Pestis of 1658, he noted the presence of little worms or animalcules in the blood. Carl Ludwig, 1816 to 1895, he established that hemoglobin carries your oxygen. John Swammerdam, 1658, he differentiated RBCs from the mother cells. Edward Friedrich Fulger, 1816 to 1895, he demonstrated that carbon dioxide was taken from the tissue and released in the lungs. Malfigi pioneered the study of coagulation. Max Perutz discovered the structure and function of your hemoglobin. Antoine van Leeuwenhoek, 1674, first described the human erythrocyte. Gilio Bizzozero discovered the function of your platelets. Wharton Jones, 1846, first described polymorphonuclear cells from other cells. And James Homer Wright, modification of Romainocysteine and megakaryocyte origin. All of these will be appreciated in the following lessons and for the whole course. Okay, so since hematology is concerned with blood, you must know about your circulatory system. Okay? So we have alam niyo na to sa inyong anaphysia. So artery, these are the blood vessels that bring oxygen-rich blood from your heart to all of your body cells, in contrast to your veins, blood vessels located throughout your body that collects oxygen poor blood and return it to your heart. So wag malito. Artery, you have may R sa artery, so you have your oxygen rich, mayaman siya, rich si artery. They carry your oxygen-rich blood from your heart to all of your body cells, where your veins, wala namang R dyan. So, your veins carries your oxygen-poor blood. Okay? Capillary is where oxygen and the nutrients, this one, are exchanged for carbon dioxide and waste. So, may exchange na nangyari sa capillaries. Dun siya nangyayari. Your venules, these are small blood vessel in the microcirculation that allows the oxygenated blood to return from capillary beds to larger blood vessels called your veins. Arterioles, this is a small branch of an artery leading into capillaries. So you have your venules, no? Ang point lang niya is smaller. Arterioles, no? Tapos mga maliliit para magkakaroon ng dun na sa capillary banda, dun na yung exchange, no? Your capillary beds, yun dun na sa part na nagmi-meet sila. Cellular respiration converts ingested nutrients in the form of glucose, no, C6H12O6, and oxygen to energy in the form of your ATP. So carbon dioxide is produced as a byproduct of this reaction. So cellular respiration is very well exaggerated in your biochemistry classes. So don't forget about cellular respiration, no? So the heart is a fist-sized organ that pumps blood throughout your body. It's the primary organ of your circulatory system. So anatomically, your heart is located between your lungs in the middle of your chest, behind and slightly to the left of your sternum. The apex of the heart is located in the fifth intercostal. The apex will be located in the fifth intercostal space of the rib cage. Ayan, so this is your circulatory system. Yan. So what is the difference between your arteries and your veins? So your veins have thinner outer wall, pero they have large lumen, no? Your artery naman has thicker outer walls, pero they have small lumens. They have thick media or smooth muscles, but while sa vein naman, they have thin media, no? Capillary is very small lumen, and the wall is a single layer of cells. Bakit single layer of cells lang siya? 'Di ba kasi may exchange ng nutrients na nangyayari doon. So, ginawa siya ni Lord na single layer of cells lang. Okay? So, ano lang, para maput lang siya into words. So, what is your wound tissue injury? It's an injury to a living tissue caused by a cut, blow, or other impact, typically one in which the skin is cut or broken. So, always note no that ang response sa imong lawas to any wounds or tissue injury will lead to inflammation. So, mo na ang fighting system sa imong body in response to the wounds, the cuts, and tissue injuries. So, inflammation is a localized physical condition in which part of the body becomes reddened, swollen, often painful, especially as a reaction to injury or infection. Diba? Mamaga siya, no? Muinit, musakit dito, no? Mga ginatawag natin, inflamed naman na. So, inflammation is our body's response to infections. So, what are the 5 cardinal signs of inflammation? No? We have your pain, masakit, minsan umiinit siya, no, namumula, namamaga, no, at saka kung sobra na, no, nagkaka-loss of function. Okay, what is tissue repair? This is the restoration of tissue architecture and function following an injury. So, of course, no, your body has the capacity to heal. So, what do? Nagkakaroon first ng hemostasis, no, inflammation, proliferative, and your remodeling. So, sa hemostasis, no, nagkakaroon lang siya ng blood clot, no. Kintahay, pag naay, di ba, pag naay buslot sa inyong bubong, di ba, ginaplaga na to siya og sealant, no. Mura pug inga na ginahimo sa imong body. Naga-blood clot sila, no, ginapalapot nila ang dugo. Para mo ilahang i-plug dito, no, mo na ang blood clot. Next is your inflammatory stage, no? Inflame na siya tungod kay nanay response ng mga macrophages, white blood cells, fibroblast, no? Nagkakaroon na siya ng start ng scab, no? That's your inflammatory stage, no? Next is your proliferative stage. So, your fibroblast will start to proliferate para ma-heal siya, no? And your next is remodeling, no? That will become your freshly healed dermis. Okay, serum versus plasma. So I hope at this point you're very well familiar what is your serum and what is your plasma. So first is you must appreciate the process called coagulation. So coagulation is the action or process of a liquid, no, like your blood, especially your blood, changing to a solid or semi-solid state, no? Ambot kung maka-appreciate na mo nga na ay heavy bleeding, nakita ninyo in real life, no? Di ba ang blood, mahimo na siya, especially I know sa girls, ma-appreciate nila when you have your red days, di ba? Panagsanay mo gawas ng mga blood clots, no? So that was a blood from a liquid form, no? Nagiging solid siya, magiging kumpul-kumpul siya, magiging gahi siya, or solid or semi-solid state. So, why does your blood coagulate? So, ang pinakasaraling niya, no, why do they coagulate, is your platelets. Platelets play a vital role in the early response to vascular injury. So, at a wound site, no, when it is contact with air, platelets become activated, agglomerate, and form platelet clots adhering to injured blood vessel wall components. So what does the anticoagulant do? No, kontrabida, dili niya ipacoagulate, anticoagulant. So they prevent the blood from clotting. That's why some of our tubes, no, we have your EDTA, no, this is an anticoagulant. They prevent coagulation by chelating calcium, no? So your EDTA is your ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. So kailangan nato siya i-prevent, no? Para bas ma-exam when we need, kung kailangan na to ang blood examine na dapat I need this blood to pag gusto na ko examine na blood, kailangan ani nga test dili siya coagulated blood, no? So pag extract pa lang nato ana sa pasyente, ginahunong na nato ang coagulation, no? So mo na pag sulod ninyo sa tube na anay anticoagulant dito, mo na kung maglangan-langan mo og sulod ana dito sa tube, dili dahil ninyo isulod sa tube nga na anticoagulant, pwede siya mag-clot dito, no? So sa syringe, so dili na nato to magamit, no? So mo na siya is ang your serum, your plasma versus your serum. So your serum, no, your blood has already coagulated, no, na ay blood clots dito. Pero your plasma hindi. Okay? So your plasma is what we usually use for hematology. So serum, yung nakaklat na blood, is usually for clinical chemistry, no? Kasi serum man ang ginagamit dyan. As we utilize everything, okay? Kasi nga, this is the study of blood. So, hold on lang ha. Okay, so this is the composition of your blood. I hope na-appreciate niyo ang plasma versus serum, guys. Sa hematology, no, dapat dili mo mawala sa mga terms. No? Dapat, plasma versus serum, no, dapat makasayod na mo na the serum, this is na ay blood clots, na clot na ang blood sa serum. Pag plasma, dili pa, no? So dapat ma-appreciate na ninyo concept ug dili mawala, para the more that you go deeper into hematology, mapalekman or lab, no, makasabot mo sa tanan, no, dili na mo mabalik sa mga ABCs or sa mga terms and definitions. Okay? And unsay pinakadili ninyo makalimtan, dapat the difference between your plasma versus your serum. Okay? So again, balik ta sa composition of your blood. So the composition of your blood, no, this is your plasma. 55% would be your plasma. 1% of that would be your platelets plus peripheral blood mononuclear cells, and kani siya, no, kaning pagka-separate gicentrifuge na ni siya, no. So ang juice, no, orange juice, kintahay orange juice, or unsa bay pinakagwapong example, magkuha ko buhangin sa dagat, no, na ako'y cup full of water, no, isagol na ko ang tawag ang balas sa tubig, no. So imagine na lang ninyo ang inyong mga cells kay katong balas, ang tubig ang inyong plasma. Okay? So kadugayan pag ibili na nimong basuha diha sa kilid, no, katong sand, as time goes by, no, mubaba man na kay bas bugat man ang mga buhangin, no, and the water, bas ma-appreciate nimo siya sa taas, no, kay lagi ang mga sediments nasa baba kay bas bugat. So mora nang point nga nung isulod nato ang dugo sa centrifuge. Kay ato na tong ginapa-accelerate, ginapaspas lang nato tong time nga through the motion nga mag-spin siya, no, ang mga bugat na sediments maato siya sa pinakaubos, no. So pag i-centrifuge mong blood, no, ang mga red blood cells na bas bugat, no, nasa pinakababa, and that is 45% of your blood. You have your red blood cells and polymorphonuclear cells. Okay? Next is medyo gaan na part is your platelets plus peripheral blood mononuclear cells. You have your lymphocytes and monocytes. And sa pinakataas, mas ma-appreciate ninyo, 55% of your blood would be your plasma, no? Your plasma has water, proteins, and electrolytes. Okay, this is a very important slide, no? So I suggest inyo ning i-screenshot, no, i-wallpaper, i-wallpaper ninyo for 1 week, no, para ma-memorize nyo. Dapat ma-appreciate ninyo the prefixes and the suffixes, no. A or an would mean lack, without, absent, decrease. Ante is before, no. Cyto means your cell. Dys, no, dysfunctional, no. This means abnormal. Fer means iron. Hyper means above, beyond, extreme. Iso means equal, alike, same. Macro means large or long. Mega means large or giant. Mono means one. Myel or myelo means, from bone marrow. Phleb means your vein. Poikilo means varied or irregular. Aniso means unequal. Brady means low. Dia means through. Erythro means red. Hemo pertains to blood. Hypo means beneath or deficient. Leuco means white. Mal, bad or abnormal. Meta means after, next, or change. Morph means shape. Pan means overall, all inclusive. Phago means eat or ingest. Schist means split. Scler means hard. Splen means your spleen. Thrombo or thromb means clot. Xanth means yellow. Blast, sa suffixes na tayo, you have your blast, which means primitive. Ectomy means to cut or excise, no. Itis means inflammation, no, usually myositis. Phlebitis, no. Phleb, ano yung meaning ng phleb? May phleb dito kanina, di ba? Ito, phlebitis, so may inflammation sa veins, no. Ology or logy means study of. Opathy or pathy means disease. Pinya means decrease, lack of. Plasia means cell production or repair. Poetins means stimulates production. Trophy means nourishment. Site means cell. Emia means blood. Lysis, destruction or dissolving. Oma means tumor or swelling. Oocyst means state, condition, or increase. Poesis means cell production, for formation, development, or same, standing still. Okay, so here is your red blood cell, or what we call your erythrocyte. So don't forget that the other name of red blood cell is your erythrocytes. Okay? So your erythrocytes has cell membranes, beta chains, hemoglobin in the beta chains, oxygen, iron, and alpha chains. Okay? So your RBCs or your erythrocytes are enucleate. So what does an means kanina, di ba? An, without, absent. So wala siya nucleus. Biconcave discoid cells filled with reddish protein called your hemoglobin. So the biconcavity, no? I hope i-google na lang ninyo unsay meaning sa biconcave versus your biconvex. So, di ba, mo man na biconcave and biconvex, your RBCs are biconcave. So, nga na siya biconcave? Because, gimo siya ni Lord na biconcave kay this will provide a large surface to volume ratio and facilitate gas exchange. Kay mo man na iyang pulos, no? It is salmon pink in color. Actually, it's red, no? It's salmon pink in color. It has thin plasma membrane. It has a lipid bilayer covering the cell cytoplasm. It does not have cell organelles, no? Unlike sa uban, no? Nga naapay mga Golgi apparatus, mga other stuff. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Wala, no? And it is 7 to 8 micrometers in diameter, 2.6 micrometers thick in the rim, and 0.75 micrometers in the center. Wait lang, guys. In the center. So, the central pallor occupies, di ba, wait lang, asa man, wala may picture sa RBC din. O, kani, di ba, na siya central pallor, di ba, pale, no? Sumurag na ay pagka, na diri, wala kay color, di ba? Na siya central pallor. Okay, so the central pallor occupies 1/3 of their center, reflecting their biconcavity. So, pag imagine ito, i-drawing ninyo to kay because biconcave siya, no mo nang naa siya pallor tan-awon sa microscope. So their main function is to transport oxygen throughout the body. So this is the main cell to be examined in cases of anemia or polycythemia. So always note that our RBCs have a lifespan of 120 days, 120 days, 120 days ang lifespan ng RBCs. That's why pag mag-donate ka ng blood, no, you can donate on the next 120 days kaya tungod siya sa lifespan ng RBC. Because of the lack of the nucleus, erythrocytes cannot divide and thus need to be continually replaced by new cells synthesized in the bone marrow. So the development of erythrocytes from stem cells occurs in about 7 days via the process called erythropoiesis. So later on, no, this is a separate topic to the development of erythrocytes from your stem cells, no. But just know ngayon sa intro that this will occur in about 7 days, no. And you should know the name the process called erythropoiesis. So mo lagi to kay di man siya divide on its own, no, ginasynthesize siya sa bone marrow. Okay, so RBC volume in the body, always remember, women 3.9 to 5.5 million per microliter, men mas marami 4.1 to 6 million per microliter, at birth 6.7 million per microliter. So erythrocytes are flexible, meaning they tend to bend and adapt to small diameters and irregular shapes of our blood vessels. So your RBC is 62.5% in water, 35% hemoglobin. The remaining 2.5% is glucose, cephalin, cholesterol, lecithin or your lipids, glutathione, protein. They act as reducing agent and prevents damage of hemoglobin. Carbonic anhydrase and catalase, your enzymes, sodium, potassium, calcium, and phosphate ions. The plasma membrane of erythrocyte is 40% lipid, 10% carbohydrate, 50% water. The phospholipid bilayer membrane supports the structure of your RBCs. So this is very important na gagawas ni sa board exam. How is the shape of your RBCs maintained, no? We have your spectrin, no? This is the principal membrane protein found in erythrocytes. This is a contractile protein. Sila ang nag-maintain ng shape and flexibility of your erythrocytes. This is responsible for manifesting surface antigens. So your RBCs are for respiratory, acid-base balance, no? So your blood needs the right balance of acidic and basic alkaline compounds to function properly. They maintain your viscosity and pigments. So various pigments are dissolved. My God, ba't ang daming umiiyak? Various pigments are derived from the hemoglobin after disintegration of your RBC. Wait lang, guys. So note that the normal blood, wait lang. So note that the normal blood pH is 7.35 to 7.45. Okay, so know the term hemolysis. This is the breakdown of RBC and liberation of hemoglobin, no? Naguba imong RBC ni boto na unsa pa na, so nigawas ang hemoglobin. Fragility, the susceptibility of an RBC to break easily, no? So this is murag measurement lang sa iyahang pagka-fragile, no, to easily hemolyze, no. So there are types of fragility. Your osmotic fragility, exposure to hypotonic saline, no, cell burst, di ba? Pag hypotonic ang environment, no, magsulod ang fluid sa cell, so mubuto siya. Okay, di ba? Ma-explain man na sa inyong sa tawag anal chem or something. So mechanical fragility pag nanagay trauma. So bisan gamay na So biskan gamay lang ng RBC, no, they are prone to trauma because of certain diseases. Okay? So, when you say physiologic versus pathogenic, physiologic is meaning normal na pag-increase sa count sa RBC. Pathologic increase pag because of sakit na, no. So physiologic would mean normal pa lang siya. Age, no, age kay ang baby, di ba, pwede sila basta as RBC, gender kay ang male, people living sa mga kabundukan sa taas sa Mount Everest or something, no. Um, if I'm not mistaken, bas high ilang RBC to compensate, no, kay 'di ba pag naa ka sa taas sa bungtod or taas na kaayo, like pamusa ka kag bundok, no, kay tahay Himalayan, 'di ba ang mga hikers sa Himalayan nagadala sila og oxygen tank kay maglisod na sila ginhawa dito kay di na ko siya ma-explain in a physics point of view. Basta imagine na lang ninyo nga the more gahay ang altitude, the more nga lesser ang oxygen dito. So, kani silang mga people, no, kaning mga locals nga dito na sila gipanganak or they stay in high altitude for years, dito na sila nakapuyo. Ilang body's compensation for that is basta laas ilang RBC kay lagi para ba sufficient ang oxygen nga nagatuyok sa ilang lawas. So di ba mo adapt imong lawas kung naa ka dito, no? Exercise, of course, temperature and meals. Okay? Physiologic decrease in count, no? That is your high barometric pressure, pregnancy, no? Oh my god. So pregnancy, no, pag mag-CBC mo sa mga pregnant people, no, because of the placental estrogen production increased and renal sodium reabsorption and because of sleep. Wait, guys, kinay nag-text. Bara sila. So, wait lang guys, ha. Okay. Pathological variations, no. So always remember that increase would lead to your polycythemia, decrease would be your anemia. Tama ba? Okay, hindi rin na ta. Okay, size variations. You have your microcytes. No, kani siya na slide. Always remember, your microcytes, smaller RBC, macrocytes, bigger RBC. Anisocytes, constantly different sizes of RBC. Shape variation, you have your crenated RBC due to hypertonic solution. Crenated, no, kay hypertonic. So kung kaganina ni buto siya kay hypotonic kani, no, naggawas ang tubig gikan sa RBC mismo. So mura siyang nahuyos, no, therefore creating your crenated RBC. Spherocytosis, globular form in hypotonic solution, elliptocytosis, sickle cell, poikilocytosis, unusual shapes of RBC. So all of these, no, would be kaning shape variations would be a separate topic. Okay, so don't forget the fate of your RBCs would be your lifespan is 120 days. The site of destruction would be your reticuloendothelial system. So your reticuloendothelial organs is your liver, your spleen, your graveyard of your erythrocytes, and your lungs. So don't forget, no, ang term na reticuloendothelial system kay nosebleed kay siya paminawon, no. But it just means your liver, your spleen, and lungs kung asa pwede ma-destroy ang imuhang mga RBC. Okay, what are the symptoms of your anemia? We have your central, no, central manifestations would include fainting and fatigue, no, respiratory shortness of breath, muscular weakness, no, intestinal change, stool color, skin yellowing, spleen enlargement, heart, chest pain, angina, heart attack, eye yellowing. So for example, no, kay OB man ko diri sa MDMRC, nagkuan giingon nagpagid ang ospital, no, for example OB man ko diri, no, so I receive patients at the ER na ang symptoms nila oy kay halaluya kaayo sila, no, tapos ang uban maglisod man sila ginhawa, no, niya luya ilang mga muscles ana, no. Kay mo na lagi to, anemic na sila, no, kay sige sila bleeding and bleeding. Okay, so ang uban ani nga mga pasyente nagkakaroon na ng changes sa ilang heart, no. Ang spleen na naga-enlarge siya kay na ay tawag ani, di ba kay graveyard man lagi ni, so basin na ay sakit si patient nga pirmi maguba yung RBC mo na ang spleen nagaganda ko, no. So kanang different types of anemia would be appreciated in the next lecture. So for now, no, dapat ma-appreciate niya ang symptoms of anemia. Okay, there are different types of anemia that would include anemia due to vitamin B12 deficiency, anemia due to folate or folic acid deficiency, anemia due to iron deficiency, anemia of chronic disease, hemolytic anemia, idiopathic aplastic anemia, megaloblastic anemia, pernicious anemia, sickle cell anemia, and thalassemia. All of these would be discussed, no, in the future. Okay, polycythemia. This is an abnormally high number of RBCs in the blood as primary disease or secondary condition, usually associated with lung or heart disease or living at high altitude. High altitudes can cause low oxygen saturation levels or destruction of an individual's blood. Okay, so also presence in patients with chronic disease. Diba mo na ang akong ingon pag naka sa high altitude, no, low ang oxygen saturation dito or the saturation of an individual's blood, no. So mag-compensate imong body. So this is also present in patients with chronic disease. So note high altitude, low oxygen saturation because of low atmospheric pressure. Okay, so I will try na ko mangita og video ani para bas ma-visualize ninyo ning high altitude equals low oxygen saturation because of low atmospheric pressure. So oxygen saturation, we measure this as part of your vital signs here in the hospital, no. What do you mean vital signs? So kailangan na to siya makita sa tanang pasyente kasi this is very vital in one's survival. So this refers to the extent hemoglobin is bound or saturated to oxygen. So measures the oxygen bound hemoglobin versus oxygen not bound to hemoglobin. So the normal would be 95% to 100%. So mo na tong COVID mo, no, di ba ginapapalit mo pulse ox to measure oxygen saturation na mo na bisag mga anti sa kilid, no, kabalo na sila nga pag 94% and below ang imong oxygen saturation na wrong na gid siya na something wrong with you. So lower than 95% requires immediate external oxygen supplementation to prevent organ systemic failure, no. So mauna siya, no, pag naay pasyente diri sa ER na naga-bleeding sila tas anemic na ilang CBC, no, naghatag na ko og oxygen diretso kay bisag actually normal pa ilang mga oxygen saturation pero ma-imagine na ninyo, no, gamay ang hemoglobin ni patient, dili na niya ma-realize nga big relief na sa ilang natagan sila oxygen supplementation. Okay, so i-part 1 na lang sa nato to guys kay basig magkinaunsa pa ang file. Okay, see you in the next part. Og I hope buhi pa mo.